Have you ever wondered how to time the market and catch the price movement before it starts? Do you want to learn how to catch trade opportunities with a unique approach? If yes, this webinar is just for you. You are going to get valuable insights in the next 1 hour about how to time the market. I'm your host, Vignesh, and I'm an influencer marketing expert at FYERS. Our company is a bootstrap startup enabling its 4 lakh plus clients to trade and invest seamlessly. Today, we have a fantastic speaker to throw light on the topic time trading techniques to time the market. And we have Mr. Ashish Kyal, a SEBI registered research analyst, and also the founder of wavestrategy.com. He's here to talk to us about this. This webinar will focus on understanding time cycles, timing for long-term investments, identifying entry price and time for intraday trading, trade setup with stop loss and targets using time cycles, and options trading using time cycles. After Ashish is done with the presentation, you can feel free to ask topic-related questions via the Q&A option in Zoom or the live chat feature on YouTube. Also, this webinar will be available on the FYERS YouTube channel for later viewing. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to talk to you about Ashish ji. Ashish Kyal has been featured on many business channels like CNBC TV 18, CNBC Awaz, ET Now, and also on ET Now Swadesh. He has been triumphant on trading shows like CNBC Awaz Khiladi #1 by winning 4 times consecutively and also 3 consecutive times on CNBC TV 18 Bullseye Show. Ashish has been selected for Hall of Fame by Chinabogo Investment Forum for addressing more than 3,000 delegates on market forecasting using Elliott waves and time cycles. Ashish is also the author of an international book, Effective Trading in Financial Markets Using Technical Analysis. So viewers, that should give you an insight of how knowledgeable this session will be. So get ready and let's welcome Ashish Kyal.
Thank you very much, Vignesh, for your kind introduction. It's fantastic to be addressing here. And thanks a lot for giving this opportunity to be speaking to every one of you who are here, who wants to learn about time cycles, how to time the market. And I'm going to be talking in English and Hindi both. I'm comfortable with anything that viewers want to listen. The best part about timing is what? आज तक खाली यही सुना था कि मार्केट को टाइम नहीं करना चाहिए. People always talked about you should never time the market. For the very first time, I'm going to talk about you should time the market if you know the science of how to time the market. So बहुत ही interesting session होगा. I'm going to keep it English if that is comfortable for everyone. And it's going to be very fantastic because what we are going to do now is going to be changing the way you ever looked at the markets. It's going to be completely changing the very way you see everything. Okay, so far you might have learned about a lot of things, but this one is going to change the very focus from price only trading towards time. Because we say bhav bhagwan che, lekin samay balwan che. So this is a very famous saying, right? So we want to focus both on price and time. And our focus today is going to be on time. Just to give you a heads up, I am facing some network connectivity issue. I'm connected through a mobile hotspot. Please pardon me in case there is some kind of network issue that you might face. But I will ensure I don't leave you hanging there dry and high. I'm going to be here with you until I complete what I'm here for. So it's going to be wonderful, guys. So ensure that you are paying attention to everything that I'm going to talk about. So let me start quickly by sharing across my presentation. Let me do that. And just a second, I'm going to quickly move past about the introduction because Vignesh has already given a wonderful introduction. So I'm going to just quickly pass from there. And I will directly jump. So these are the various shows that I've won consecutively, what he talked about. I'll jump to the content. Here, that's the book which he talked about. And this is just a quick disclaimer. We are SEBI registered research analysts. So whatever we are doing here today is purely from learning, educational and training perspective. So, you need to do your homework before you buy or sell. So let's quickly start what we want to look at. The market action is composite of multiple cycles. You might have seen that market is actually comprised of various trends. You might have witnessed market is comprised of various trends, but you might also have witnessed primary trend, secondary trend, minor trends, and all of those things. But everyone simply talked about with respect to price. There were very few people who have talked about with respect to time. In fact, I'm not sure if many of you have even heard about how to look at time. When you look at a trend, you essentially try to see whether the trend is up or down. You might be looking at Dow theory, you might be looking at a simple aspect of patterns or any such thing. What is worrisome is people are paying too much attention to indicators. Try and understand one thing. When you are buying a market, you are buying price and time both. You are just not buying only price. When you are buying price and time both, don't you think you should pay attention to price and time rather than indicator? I'm all in for indicator. I'm just saying your focus shouldn't be only on indicator. Your primary focus should be on price and time. Why should time work in the market? That's the next question that pops up in the mind of many people. Why should it work in the market? Tell me one thing. Did it happen to you when you bought a stock thinking it's a breakout on the upside, but only to reverse back on the downside? हुआ आप लोगों के साथ? बहुत बार हुआ होगा. When you expected it to break out, looks classic. अरे यार, SBI is going to go up here. It's giving a breakout from here and this and that, and then next day gap down. So that's a breakout failure. Why do prices give this kind of breakout failure? Majority of the time, the breakout failure happens when the time is not in sync. When the time is not in sync is very important for you to understand. See, when you buy if you look at a simple aspect of it, okay, everything is cyclical. There is a lunar cycle of 28 days. You know, we call about Purnima, Amavasya. There is a lunar cycle, right? It's completely going on. Earth revolves around the sun 365 days a year. It's a cycle. It repeats. Seasonality, that's a cycle. Solar cycle of 12 and a half years, that's a cycle repeating. Every 12 and a half years, there is flares and solar cycle repeats. So everything is governed by time. That is confirmed, right? We are governed by time. We are not immortal. We are governed by time. So if everything is governed by time, why do you think stock market will not be governed by time? That's the question you have to think. Why will something which is an outcome of our entire creation, which is stock market, is also governed by time? Because this is nothing but driven by psychology, crowd psychology, which we say about the future. I mentioned that in a lot in my book also. Crowd psychology means that what the majority of the people are thinking about the market is the reason the market is moving. It is not because of the news or the event. I will show you a chart where you will be astonished to see that how is it possible in something like this? How is it even possible? So let me open up this chart immediately for you and showcase you first here, and then we will move on to the concepts of time further in detail. This is a Nifty 85-week time cycle. This is a Nifty 85-week time cycle. When I am talking about this time cycle, it means that these vertical lines that you see here, these lines are known as time, which is placed apart by 85 week, which means the number of candles that you see here between this point to the next point is 85. That is what you can make out. This is the number of candles that you see is 85 between these 2 points. That's what you can make out. Okay. So Nifty formed a low here. It formed a low in 2008. Everyone remembers 2008. In fact, I was working with Lehman Brothers when I lost my job. You know what happened in 2008? किसी को याद है? I remember it because I lost my job, not because I was laid off, because Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy in 2008 financial crisis. So when they filed for bankruptcy, I lost my job. Now from here on, after that, the next low was formed at this point and market rallied. The next low formed here and the market rallied. Next low formed here, market rallied. This was a top which we call as an inversion. This is something which is not very often you see, but it happens in time. जहाँ low बनना था वहाँ top बन गया. Still, it's a good information. A low formed here. You know what will shock you? The low formed in March 2020. The low formed in March 2020 post the COVID crash was precisely exactly during the 85-week cycle when it was supposed to form at this point of time. So I'll just hide myself here once so you can see the latest chart. Now this low was formed. What you have to really think about, something that formed a low in 2008, the same time periodicity, this is known as period, 85 is period, is formed a low exactly in 2020 March as well. Now that is something phenomenal. This level of March 2020 low was also going to form either a low or a top, and this top was happened on October 2021. Look at this. The next low that we want to see in the market, the next low is going to be happening in June 2023, which means post June we will have a classic opportunity to buy the market. We might have the bull market, strong bull market starting, or maybe it's already ongoing. So suppose if this is a current bull market is ongoing right now, maybe it will go up, it will fizzle out, it will fizzle out for a few months, will come down, and then we will start again, because time is going to be right post June 2023. This you might be thinking, yeah, how is it possible, and do we have a proof? We have proof of something like this which people wouldn't have imagined. You know, people think that होने के बाद तो सब जन बोल सकते हैं, ये होने के पहले मैं आपको बता रहा हूं that June 2023 is the period when we expect markets to possibly do something major, and this is purely basis of time I am talking about. I'm also going to show you a very interesting research, okay, which was published in the year 2013. This is just to showcase you how we can use time in order to trade the markets or invest in the markets. Then I will go out down to a smaller time frame also. So I'm going to just share across very quickly a research which was published in the year July 2013. That's the research I'm talking about. July 2013 is what you can see on this chart, on on this screen here, when this research was published. Now, what was so special about the research? People think that technical analysis or trading or investment is only for short term or medium term or something like that. But look at this research. This is on the basis of Sensex time cycle, which was published in 2013, showing a 272-week cycle. The target was shown as 61,000 level, that Sensex will touch 61,000 level, and that too with time. When will that happen? I'll just show you. So it was very clearly given that the Sensex is going to touch the level of 61,000 by the year 2020. However, we are following a cycle, so 27-week of delay is possible. Sensex touched 61,000 level in October 2021, and as per this research which was published in 2013, it should have touched that level by July 2021. I was off by only 2 to 3 months, 8 years before the research was published. Now imagine, in this period of time, COVID crash happened in 2020. Someone even asked me, was I not worried about 2020 crash because my target was 61,000? Will it still achieve? And here we see, despite of COVID crash, despite of elections in US, India, event, everything happened, but market did what it has to do. तो सोचने वाली बात क्या है कि market is going to do what it has to do. What are we here doing then? We are only trying to understand the period. We are trying to understand the time, which means we are not playing a role in the movement of the market. That is what keeps me thinking, because the markets are doing what it has to do. Don't believe me? Check this chart. This is Bank Nifty when it was trading at 12,000 level. If someone would have told you at 12,000, Bank Nifty will be 40,000 by 2021 with time, not just like that, with time, it was mentioned and it is clearly written down. That might sound, these levels of 26,000 and 40,000 might sound irrational or crazy at this point of time, but achievable by 2020, 2021 with timelines. So what I am trying to tell you, the research which was done here is on the basis of two techniques, Elliott waves and time cycle. Both the techniques were combined together in order to produce something like this. So let's now go and focus. So this was to show you it works, because many people are skeptical. It doesn't work. I'm trying to tell you it works. You should know how to apply it correctly. So if you're looking at this chart, this is a Nifty chart. What is the time? I want to tell you that first, and then we focus on what do we expect next 1 week, 10 days, 1 month, 1 year. We will do that. A low formed here, and this is on the basis of a Hurst time cycle. So that's a concept. He was an engineer, aeronautical engineer, and he saw something working on physics extremely well. He extended his research to stock market, and he found that, wow, it works amazing. So this is the chart. Look at this chart. In fact, you will not believe. If you know time, you can even predict the election outcome. I have done that, and it has worked out brilliantly. I mean, imagine if you can predict what is going to be an outcome of an election, which means that the market is going to be bullish or bearish. If the market is going to be bullish, which means the outcome is going to be that way. So if you look at this point, this is the low formed after 54 days. This is the low formed after 55 days. Low formed 51 days and 62 days. If I take an average of these lows, the average of these lows, it comes to approximately 55 average trading days. These are trading cycles, which means every 55 days, market has a tendency to form a low. So this makes sense. If that is the case, every 55 days, I know the market has a tendency to form a low. Can I not use that information to trade market much better? This is on the time frame of a daily chart. I will even go down in a much smaller time frame on a 15-minute chart for intraday traders. This is a cycle which is based on the fact of a 55 days low. I'm telling you, RBI policy, monetary policy, events, election outcome, coincidentally, market forms a low or a top depending where it is in the time cycle. If the budget is widely followed, right? If the time is favoring budget, market will rally and everyone will talk how good the budget is. If the time is not favoring, market will rally and start falling again. And people will talk about it's not a big bang budget. So I'm not criticizing anything. What I am saying that news will change basis of what the market does. If that is the case, if you don't believe me, can I give you a fact about COVID? The rise that you saw over the period of time, the entire rise that you have been seeing this period, the COVID wave was only increasing and the stock market continued to rise. COVID wave 2, wave 3 came and the market continued to rise. Can you see that? So logically, this doesn't make sense. COVID 2 was much worse than 1. But see what happened. So what happened to the news? The news was ignored. The market rise because it was supposed to. On what basis? Because there was an 85-week low supposed to form. In fact, I will show you some cycles on crude oil. Russia-Ukraine war is not the reason for crude oil going up. I'll show you in subsequent slides. It was supposed to go up. Russia-Ukraine just happened. So things are supposed to happen in the way it just happens. Market does what it has to do. We just have to understand what it is talking to us about. So let's just move forward now. Before we move forward, I would also like to take a very quick poll. if I want to understand, are you an options trader, guys? Because for option traders, especially option buyer, if you are not able to time the market, you will lose a lot of money. Buyer, from buyer perspective, timing is very crucial. If you're not able to time the market, you will lose money. Do you agree with me? Guys who are there on YouTube, you can also comment across. So, okay, I can see so many of you are trading options. But have you ever thought you can buy the market by timing it? So let me just end this poll very quickly. You can buy options, you can buy stocks, you can do that. I'm ending the poll quickly. We don't have much time. So let me just do that. And that's a very interesting outcome. 83% of the people are buying options. That is what I can see. So let me talk about this cycle now of 55 days. What does it mean? Every 55 days. Then I will also talk about lunar cycle. Yes, lunar cycle. Every 55 days, we see a low formed and the market rallies. Average basis. Huh? No certainty here. Don't blame me for that. Market is all probability. I have never claimed to be 100% right. But if I am right 70, 80, 90% of the time, I can make a lot of money, right? So this is the low formed. Can you see that low formed? The middle line. The middle line. The low formed exactly at the midline, market rallied. Low formed here, Nifty rallied. Low formed here, Nifty rallied. Low formed here after a huge down move, Nifty rallied. Low formed here post the Russia-Ukraine war happened exactly on the 55 days and Nifty rallied. Can you see that? I mean, exactly on the 55 days, the low was formed on this chart and Nifty rallied from there sharply. Low formed a little here, Nifty rallied for a few days, not much. Low formed a little later, prices rallied. Low formed now here and prices rallied. And these are big moves I am talking about. These are big moves I am talking about. I know you want to know about the next low, right? अभी जो हो गया वो तो देख के समझ गए. Next low क्या होगा? I'll give you the date. Don't worry. So I'm here prepared for everything. I'm going to give you the exact date and the time when we expect markets to form a very important low next on the chart. So let me go on the chart. What does it mean? It means that every specific period we get a low. This period of 55 days, how did I derive 55? Is it a magical number? Someone की आकाशवाणी हो गई कि यार 55 days use करना है? No, nothing as such. I'm just a ordinary person like you all. So 55 days की कोई आकाशवाणी नहीं हुई. 55 days, I have actually used 55 days in a way because 55 days is derived by looking at first time cycle. So I've used 55 days basis of that. So no one came and told me ki it works, but I've been using that since 2013. Well, it's almost 9 years I'm using that time and it has worked phenomenal. So if you're looking at, I'm going to share across my TradingView screen just for you all. This is just from learning perspective. I'm not preferring this platform over any other platform. So please don't tell that why I'm using this. This is just from educational perspective. I'm using whatever is convenient to everyone. The next date, please make a note, is going to be 24th of January 2023. 24th of January 2023 is the date when we expect something to change on that. So 24th Jan 2023 is the period. 24th Jan 2023 when we expect something. So time will change there. That's time that is going to change. Are you with me? Are you getting the point, everyone? I want you to be focusing here, please. 24th of Jan 2023 एक डेट मिला हमें. हम ऐसे बहुत सारे डेट्स निकालेंगे बहुत ही सिंपल वे में. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to switch my gears to something different from that. ये डेट कैसे मिला? 55 कैसे आया? For that, you know, I might not be able to help you much now because उसके लिए I need some good amount of time with you. But just understand there is a date basis of a science. This is a science. This is not judo. This is a science that works absolutely well in the markets. I'm also going to share across something important, which is known as a lunar cycle. Very crucial. I'm going to share it over here itself with you all. There is a moon phase that you can see it on the chart here. Just keep focusing what I'm trying to tell you now. Just pay attention to this. Uh, एक डेट तो मिल गया हमें 24 Jan 2023. Let's just focus on some other dates. You know, I am an engineer myself. Okay, and I'm a CMT, chartered market technician. I did author a book. So I'm not going to talk to you something which I don't believe works. And I need, being a science student, I need proof. I just can't accept anyone saying anything, to be very honest. I need proof for anything. I am giving you proof here. Moon cycle, lunar cycle we talk about, right? When I talk about lunar, try and tell me one thing. 28 days, the moon phases, I mean, the lunar cycle is 28 days, right? From Purnima to Amavasya to Purnima. That's one complete cycle. Female body, okay, is governed by 28 days cycle. Do you understand that? Do you agree with me? We exist on this planet. We exist on this planet only because female body is 28 days following a 28-day cycle. If they wouldn't follow 28-day cycle, we would not exist on this planet. Wow. Which means that moon has impact on us in ways that we never thought of. I am from Mumbai. You will not believe. Forget about stars. These days, I'm not even able to see the moon in the sky. Stars to dur ki baat ho gayi. But we can see the moon on the chart. Okay. So we have been following Panchang or lunar calendar for centuries, thousands of years, but we did pay attention to it. It is working, but we don't know in what ways. Don't you agree with me that the high tide and the low tide happens on Purnima and Amavasya? The water body on the planet is pulled up during Purnima, and then we see a low tide in Amavasya, which means the moon is impacting. Moon is responsible for that. Human body is also made up of 70% of water. The movement within, the energy movement within our system happens basis of that. But we are not conscious, or we are not aware about that movement very significantly, especially the men. We are not aware about it, but females are aware about it. So we are extending that same concept to stock market. You know, people are called lunatic. You know, werewolf stories. Have you seen that? When that happens? During full moon or no moon. Why is that? Why we call lunatic? Because whatever the state of the condition is, it gets aggravated during these cycles of moon. The same state we can see it in markets. How? Here is it. You will check, this is a full moon. This is a full moon. The bottom chart that you are seeing is a full moon, and the top one that you are seeing is a no moon, or we call it as a new moon. Okay, new moon means Amavasya, full moon means Purnima. If I tell you, prior to 18,600 top being formed, a low was formed here and the market rallied. Low was formed on a full moon, market rallied. Low was formed on a full moon, market rallied. It was for the very first time at 18,600, the top was formed on a full moon and the market fall. I have actually been talking about it to my clients and also on webinars. I have told at 18,400 for the very first time, markets are falling post the full moon, which means something is changing, which means our top might have formed. And this top prediction was not done in just about the lunar cycle day. It was done in the year July 2013 also, that October 2020, not October, I would say July 2021, we will see Sensex touching that 61K mark. And you know, go and check the chart. Sensex just touched around 61, 62,000. From there, it formed a top in October and started falling. 8 years prior, the prediction was done, and it has happened. This 18,600, when Nifty reversed there was a prediction This time we are seeing markets falling post the full moon, which means something is changing again. And that is what we can see it on the chart. So if you come to the latest one, why we are talking about the past history, yaar aage kya hoga wo batao. The only if you understand the history, you will understand the future. We learn from the history, right? We learn from what has happened in the past, and then we learn from that aspect of how the markets are going to behave. So if you look at this phase of the market, you will see that from here we are seeing a little shift. What is the shift? The shift is, this is new moon. From the new moon, we are seeing a rally up. From the new moon, we are seeing a rally up. When is the next Purnima? You can download the calendar now. The next Purnima is going to be on 8th of December, which means the trend will change for 3 to 4 days post the Purnima. That is what you can expect. How? If you look at this Purnima, there was a top formed, and for 4 days, 4 to 5 days, market went down. This Purnima, the top was formed here. For 3 days, the market went down, which means post 8th of December, which is a Purnima date, 2022, we expect that from 8th for 3 to 4 trading sessions, Nifty should correct. 3 to 4 is what I am just being very conservative. You might not agree with me, but let me show you some proof of this also. Look at these tops that has formed exactly on the Purnima days. Nifty crashed by 3,000 points. I'm telling you, this was the top which formed here, a crash. This is a huge enough crash. This is from 18,400 towards 16,800 levels that Nifty crashed. This move happened here, and Nifty moved sharply on the downside. So you will see time and again there have been occasions when the Purnima post the top of 18,600 have been responsible for changing trend from up to down on most of the occasion. So I am expecting from 8th December till 11th December, पैसा बनाने के लिए sell करना पड़ेगा. I am not saying we will just go and sell blindly. What I am saying is 8th December to 11th December, depends if what is that day. If that day is Saturday or Sunday, we might have to take 3 to 4 trading sessions. So एक व्यू बन गया, एक इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए डेट मिल गई, जून 2023, 55 डेज का टाइम साइकिल हमने अभी जो डिराइव किया था, and this is the moon cycle that I derived. So I told you I'll give you certain time frames, basis of time, these time frames. How do you trade? I'm going to get to that. Tell me, guys, are you finding this interesting, or you think this is pseudoscience, something made up by me just to entice you? No, you plot, you do it, you check. I'm not here to give you something which does not work. What's in it for me? Any which ways. When you are so much driven by this, I'm enough trading and also I mentor people. I don't want to really spread something that I don't know works. And this is something beautiful. So what is written in our Vedic maths and science and lunar calendar, we forgot it, but market remembers it. So that's how it works. ये तो खाली ट्रेलर दे रहा हूं मैं आपको, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. Let me go back to it and let me share across something very interesting. So in fact, last weekend, I was speaking for 2 hours in one of my webinars. I gave a date with a time that on Wednesday, which is last Wednesday, at around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., Nifty will form a low. Bank Nifty will form a low and should go up. So look for buying opportunity in second half. And this is not just I do it on Twitter. I do it even when I'm speaking on CNBC, that the second half is bullish, market will rally. And the reason I'm able to do that, Nifty rallied by 200 points from that 11 a.m. time. You can actually go and check. You will understand that. So you will understand that, and it works brilliantly. Okay. I know there is a craze for people to ask for sharing across the PNL if it works. I'm telling you, if you trust, use it. If you don't, forget it. What's there? So that's the thing. Okay, so let me show you something more now. 89 15-minute cycle. Why you did not predict Lehman Brothers collapse? It would have saved your job. आई नो यार, ये साइंस बाद में सीखा तो क्या करे। लीमन ब्रदर्स कोलैप्स हुआ, उससे तो समझ में आया देयर इज समथिंग दैट वर्क्स मोर देन द fundamentals, because I was a fundamental guy doing a lot of things. Lehman Brothers stock went down, down, and down, and we were told by the by the CEO nothing can happen to us. And see where we are, 2008, and research I published in 2013. Absolutely. So this is the low formed on Bank Nifty. Let's just move forward now, guys. If you have questions, please post it later, because that is distracting. And if you think this is worthwhile, you should not spend time distracting me. So a low form now on 89. This is an 89 period. This is a 15-minute cycle for intraday option traders. Okay. यहाँ पर this point we saw a low formed. Bank Nifty is rallying here. A low formed. Bank Nifty rallies here. Low formed. Bank Nifty rallies. Low formed. Bank Nifty rallies, which means this is working. So now what do we do about it? How do we go about it? Okay. So how do we check this? 89 cycle on Bank Nifty helps us to identify the lows. Do you want to know the next date? So, but try and understand one thing very clearly. This cycle has to be clubbed along with price action also. You can't just use it without price action, because time can be dynamic. समय बहुत dynamic है. So you have to combine with price. Price is very, very important, and that's why it has to be done. So this is a Bank Nifty chart. I'm sharing across the latest Bank Nifty chart live with you on directly. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was still on the Nifty chart. So here is the Bank Nifty chart. That is what I just now wanted to share across. So I just switched the chart now, screen now. So the low formed here. Bank Nifty rallied, low formed here, Bank Nifty rallied, low formed here, Bank Nifty rallied, low formed here, Bank Nifty rallied big time. And this date of the rally which is derived here was along with hundreds of thousands of participants last time. I'm going to derive that right now along with you again. So let me just go back on my TradingView screen. Let me go to Bank Nifty chart. Here is the Bank Nifty chart. I'm going to hide the moon phase now, and we are going to look at a 15 minutes time frame, and we are going to look at certain dates and time. This is a Bank Nifty time chart. Bank Nifty has an auspicious. See, when we buy a home, we want to know the auspicious time, right? Are you able to see the screen? If you are not able to see the screen, I'm not sure why. Are you able to see the screen? So the auspicious time, when we buy a home, we do some puja for entering the place, right? For anything we do that, we find out auspicious time. So why not find out auspicious time for even markets? Let's just see. So the auspicious time for the market is going to be, for Bank Nifty, is going to be 5th of December 1:30. Okay, that's the time. 5th of December 1:30. That's the time I'm talking about. So if 5th of December 1:30 is where we will be seeing some action, 5th December, I'm going to make a note of these dates. Which means that if Bank Nifty goes up, shows some consolidation, moves down, and breaks above the high, we get a classic buying opportunity to enter long positions again on 5th of December, which is a Monday on Bank Nifty. That is what we can see it from the chart here. Are you with me? Are you able to understand this? This is what I am talking about. 5th December, 1:30 p.m. Bank Nifty should give us buying opportunity. Lekin, price action is important. What is important? How is price action important? Only if around this time zone, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, that's the zone I'm talking about. In that period of time, I see a positive hourly candle. Okay, positive price action, I will buy. If it keeps on falling, I am not buying that. Okay. Also, if I buy, I need to maintain a stop loss here. Remember that very clearly. You need to maintain a stop loss, and this is not 100%. Hoga kya na? You go, you trade, you lose once, and you say it does not work. Boss, this is a probability. If it works, you should make money. If it doesn't work, you should lose less. If your accuracy is 70, 80, 90%, you will make a lot of money. That's the aim. But people are searching for 100% foolproof that I can't commit. So what I am saying is Monday's second half is buying opportunity. Tell me, do you think it will help you? Monday's second half, if there is a positive candle formation, maybe on a 15 minutes, maybe on an hourly chart, we will look for buying opportunity. Making sense? It helps you. Option traders will make most out of it because then they know when they have to buy. होता है ना कि यार, if I would have waited only for that 1 hour more, I would have possibly ended up making money rather than losing money. So these type of opportunities, how do you forecast? That's what I'm saying. Right now I'm showing you the application of these techniques. What I'm trying to tell you, time trader. This is all what time traders are doing. This is how time trading works. So this is a doorway that this is existing. आज तक तो ये पता ही नहीं था ऐसा कुछ होता भी है. And I'm saying, don't believe me. You do it yourself and check. That is what is going to give you confidence, not because someone tells you. Okay, let's just move forward. I have so many things to share across with you all. Let me share across now few examples, few applications of it, and how it looks like on my PPT. Let me just go and share that across. Any questions on this so far? So people are asking, how do you get this number? So these numbers are derived out of, there is a, you know, a science of it. It's something that I have not studied out of nowhere. I've read books, I've written book in which I mentioned about time cycle, how we have to derive it. And this is Hearst time cycle. So if you want to read more on that, you can search for Hearst time cycles and read more on that. Let me just share across a few more charts with you all, which is able to tell you what are the time being followed on different charts. So I'm going to hide my cam again so that you can see the complete chart here. This is ITC, by the way. So ITC is following a 55 days time cycle. Every 55 days, ITC forms a low and rallies, forms a low and rallies. So if you do an SIP in ITC every 55 days, you will see market ITC going up. We are right now in that phase of ITC forming a low, which means time is supportive for ITC. If time is supportive, you now look for price buying opportunity patterns, breakouts on the upside for this stock because time is supporting it. That is how it has to be done. You can apply it on cryptos. I'll show you stocks, Nifty, Bank Nifty. You can do on 5-minute chart also. You can do this on 5-minute chart. And not only me, there have been traders whom I have trained and they are using that. They are making money out of it. It's not me. They are able to do that. I'm telling you. So crude oil. If you look at crude oil, many people think crude oil moves because of the OPEC cutting the outcome and supply and demand, and that's why it's, I mean, you are only looking at one part of it. You are looking the supply part of it. What about the demand part of it? The movement on crude oil has been 115 days cycle. So crude oil after every 115 days goes up. This goes up. Little later went up, went up, went up. This was Russia-Ukraine war came here. Crude oil was supposed to anyways rally, it rallied. Imagine. This was the cycle where crude oil failed to rally. This is also very important information, which means this top of crude oil will not be taken out until January 2023, which means post Jan 2023, we will start moving crude oil again up. Inflation is going to pick up post mid of Jan 2023. I'm telling you, inflation will again start coming up because crude oil will start rallying then again. So these are different cycles, and this is copper 48 period cycle. Every 48 period copper forms a low, reverses back on the upside. Bitcoin, okay, Bitcoin cycle. This is a cycle on Bitcoin that you can clearly see, 58 days time cycle on Bitcoin. This is on the stocks, specific stocks, which is Wellspun India 56 period cycle. Every 56 period, the stock rallies on the upside. And you can see that very well happening. It's not just what I am saying. And you need to ensure, okay, it has to be along with price confirmation. So if you check the low formed by this stock exactly here, rally, a low formed here, rally, low formed here, see how well it's protected, and it just moved sideways. So time will tell you, at least it will protect if it doesn't goes up. This is JK Tire, and it moves fantastic, 209 days cycle. Every 209 days, we can see this happening, and it rallies every 209 days. And don't believe because I am saying, check yourself. From here, there is an up move. From here, there is an up move. From here, there is an up move. From here, it was sideways. And as soon as the low of the cycle is broken, this is a sell also. From here, there is an up move. These are trading days. These are trading days, not calendar, because many softwares don't allow calendar days. So we are using trading days. This is again PNC Infra chart with a 101 week cycle. So what I'm giving you is it works, right, guys? This is Ramco Industries. We are just standing on that 351 period cycle, 351 week. Every 351 week, the stock reverses and moves up. These are trading days. Birla Corp. So it works. Look at it, 198 week cycle. Every 198. Look at the systematic movement, how the cycle is working. It goes up, comes down. It goes up, comes down. It goes up, comes down. It goes up, and now it's coming down. So it goes up and it comes down every systematically. Okay. Cycle is different for every different instrument. Yes. So you need to identify the cycle for that specific stock. But there is a standardized cycle which is defined. I'm giving you some numbers: 7, 14, 28, 56, 110. Every cycle that you see has to be around those numbers: 7, 14, 28, 56, 110. This is trading days. Try and apply 56 and 110 days time cycle. It will work. You know, just to give you some concept around it, let me just go back on my PPT. I want to share you some concept around this. Again, to the first slide which I started with. If you're looking at this cycle, how is the trend emerging? This is the point where we have multiple cycles acting on the prices, which is cycle 3, cycle 2, cycle 1. Prices go up from here, then there is a dip around this area. Then it goes up from here, then there is another dip around this area. It goes up from here. Then there is a top because the bigger cycle is topping out. Then we see a fall until this area, which is the center. Because of this cycle bottoming, we see a move on the upside. And then there is another crash that we see. You know what I just now did? I just now plotted nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps forward, A, B, C, 3 steps backward. That's the premise on which the concept of Elliott wave is based. You know, that's the premise on which this concept is based. And it moves that way. So if you are a long-term investor, your focus will be on cycle 3. If you are a intermediate swing trader or positional trader, your focus will be on cycle 2. If you are a short-term trader, your focus will be on cycle 1. So each cycle has its own role to play. You need to identify which time period you are using for that particular stock or an index. And that's how you have to look at it. Okay, that's how the role has to be played. Let me just now go further from here, again back to what I was showing you, various charts and stocks and things like that. So Ramco Industries, Birla Corp, we are seeing this stock on Koramandalam, and it is simply brilliant. This is about Sensex, which I talked about, and about how we think it should move, how it has to go about it, and things like that. So that is what we have talked about. Let me also go on the chart. So many also wants to know about Nifty. So I will go on the chart here, and I will open up Nifty here. See, bottom line I'm trying to tell you, if you believe into this proof and it works, I'm telling you. If you okay, are you able to see the screen? I think I am on. Okay, so some technology is always that way, right? It just stops when you need it the most. होता है ऐसा बहुत बार life में भी. When you need something the most, it just stops working. Okay, let me go on to Nifty now, because I wanted to share across Nifty chart. This is a 15-minute chart of Nifty. Okay, 15-minute chart of Nifty. Just try and see this chart. Just try and understand what I'm trying to tell you over here. Okay. Are you able to see the chart now? Nifty chart. Everyone is able to see the Nifty chart. Give me a big yes if you are able to see the Nifty chart. Okay. Can I say a low formed here? A low formed here. As soon as this swing high is taken out, I can buy. यहाँ low बना, swing high निकाला, I can buy because time is supportive. Perfect. Low formed here. As soon as Nifty taken out the high, I can buy. Perfect. Low formed here. As soon as the high is taken out, I can buy. Perfect. Low formed here. As soon as the high is taken out, I can buy. You know, everyone was wondering what happened to Nifty, why it just suddenly shot up. Time was supporting here. Low formed, but it did not take out the swing high. Can you see that? And the low was broken, which means now sell, because the swing high is not taken out. Below this level, it's a sell. Are you understanding, guys? How do you trade using time? You need to club time with price action. You know the time is right, but the swing high has to be taken out. यहाँ swing high नहीं निकला, low निकल गया, which means sell. This was a selling opportunity today morning, exactly when it opened, because this high has a stop loss. Now Monday will be a cycle around that 11 a.m. again, where we'll get a buying opportunity. Wow. So Monday बैंक निफ्टी 130 के बाद बाय है, निफ्टी 11 बजे के आसपास या 11 के बाद बाय है, which means that Monday around 11-12 के आसपास I will look for buying opportunity in case market opens lower, in case I don't know where it's going to open, and then it reverses up. Can I buy here? Are you with me? Can I buy? If it comes down, shows the dip, takes out the swing high, I get a classic buying opportunity. सारी दुनिया सोचती रहेगी, न्यूज देखेगी क्या हो गया, क्यों बाय है, market move. If the swing high gets taken out, combine both price action together along with, you need to combine with time. Combine both, that's the mandatory requirement. अगर नीचे आया, pullback swing high नहीं निकाला, I'm giving you pullback swing high nahi nikala, which means it comes down now, pullback goes and breaks the low. Can I say it turned on the sell side? So you need to know auspiciously it's a time supporting price, which means Monday second half I am looking for buying opportunity only if prices confirm. If prices do not confirm, I don't do anything, or maybe something like that. So that's how you have to look at it. That's how you have to combine price action with these things together. Understanding how to do that, and stop loss के साथ काम करना है. Okay, this is a 43 period cycle on a 15-minute chart. So you need to ensure you are combining these things with stop losses. Just don't blindly do it. Just don't blindly trade it. Try it out. What's the harm? हम जब सीखना शुरू करते हैं, हम कोशिश करते हैं ना, टेक्निकल एनालिसिस अज्यूम करते चलता है, तभी हम सीखते हैं. If you assume it does not work, you have shut your doors for something that being used by hedge funds. I am not using it only. Hedge funds use it. International. I've been in US for some time. I was working in UK. I was with Nomura. I was with Lehman. I know what they do. I'm just sharing across those secret with you. Up to you if you want to use it or not. Fantastic. So we talked about Bank Nifty already. If you are seeing my PPT again here, PPT dikh raha hai mera? Okay. We have already talked about it, so I'm just skipping through. That's what I wanted to talk about, guys. Are we on time? Oh wow, this is 6 exactly, precisely on time. This is I have a mobile app which is known as Ashish Kal Trading Gurukul. You can download the app. There will be certain bonus videos there under the study material, which you can possibly use to enhance your learning. So simply download the app. You can scan it across and download it from there. The book name is Effective Trading in Financial Markets Using Technical Analysis, written by me, or you can find it out. You will find it on the app which is there. I'm open for questions, please. Any questions? I mean, to be honest, this topic, okay, my cam. To be honest, what this topic is something unbelievable. You know, जब मैंने भी ये सीखना शुरू किया ना, मैं बोला यार ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, ऐसा थोड़ी चलता है. But when time and again I started trading using this technique, and the accuracy which I started getting, I was like, wow, that is something phenomenal. You know, I was not able to believe myself. How is it possible? But it works. Why it works? Live it there. We are here just to experience life, right? That's how it is. We are here just to experience how it goes. So the question is, how do you calculate the time cycle? So, you know, this is a cruel injustice to simply give you something so phenomenal in just like 50 minutes of time. But at least you will now be on the right path to evaluate it. So period nikalne ke liye, it requires a lot of time. I'll speak with FYERS in case we can conduct something much more bigger and time that way. When is the first cycle day, from where and how to draw the time cycle? Okay. The first cycle day, let me do one thing. I mean, I can share across an Excel sheet showing Nifty starting time for a 55-day cycle, 15 minutes starting time for a Bank Nifty, 15 minutes starting time for a Nifty, and the period. Is that okay? So but how do we give it across? So I might share it across with FYERS team, and then they can possibly share it across. I don't know what will be the easiest way to do that. They are the best team to help out on how we give it across. Or maybe you can take screenshots. I mean, but you might want to know the exact time, right? So
Ashish, so what we do is everyone who's registered for the webinar, for the Zoom webinar, we do send them, a post webinar email as well. So we will try and include this resource that you'll be sharing with us in the webinar email.
Fantastic. That would be great. That would be great. So let me just move forward. And that's the app I talked about, Ashish Kal Trading Gurukul. You can download from Play Store, or if you're downloading it from the on iPhone, then you just have to put an org code, ESIAD. That's the organization code. Don't forget to do that. So that's what I wanted to say. And just a disclosure very quickly, whatever we are doing here is purely learning. We are SEBI registered research analysts. I'm not recommending you to buy or sell anything. The stocks, whatever we have discussed, this is a disclosure quickly for that. And become a wonderful trader. This is the FYERS account. You can please go ahead, and if you don't have an account yet, do that. I mean, they are doing wonderful work in terms of helping traders like you to learn and trade. I mean, this is a wonderful initiative by them, and I'm really glad for being given this opportunity to be here and talking to all of you on this platform by FYERS. So thank you very much for doing that. So that's what I wanted to share. And this is the quick contact us. These are the various coordinates, and you can take a snap of this if you want. If you want to have any help required from our side, please do let me know. Great.
That was a fantastic session, Ashish ji. I'm confident that all of the viewers today, they got to learn a lot from this concept about timing the market. This was something very new for me as well, and I would definitely going to use what I've learned today in our trading as well. So before concluding, Ashish ji, is there any golden rule that you personally use for timing the market? Something that you'd like to share with us?
Sure. So, see, I've been researching and trading, and mentoring since more than like 15 years now on this concept. One thing is very important that I want to tell across every new trader who are coming on board. Losses that you are making is a part of a trading game. You just don't give up because you think it is not working. You lost once or twice. You build up from there. If I would have given up in 2008, post the Lehman bankruptcy, I would leave the financial world. I wouldn't have been here talking in front of you. Never give up. Just try to see how you can improvise on it. And with respect to time, it works. That's what I want to tell you, because no one has ever shared across something like this that works in the market. I'm sharing it across with so many of you, and you are listening this for the very first time. So it is difficult for you to digest that ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है. So one golden rule, भाव भगवान છે, समय बलवान છે, trader पहलवान છે. Ensure you stick with that and you trade and you will make money. That's it.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. So viewers, are you familiar with the NRI Demat account? Any NRI who wants to invest their money in India can now do so by opening an NRI Demat account with FYERS. And it is easy to use, and it's a very hassle-free process. So recommend your friends and family to open a FYERS NRI Demat account, and they can start investing in equities, ETFs, mutual funds, and also trade in futures and options. To know more, visit fyers.in/NRI. Do remember to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon and subscribe to the FYERS YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to Ashish Kyalji's YouTube channel as well, so that you get notified about any insightful webinars and any kind of informative content that we'll be putting out regularly. So thanks again for joining us today. Thank you so much, Ashish ji, for this wonderful webinar that you conducted here today. I will see you all on 16 December in our next webinar once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.